How did you get here under my skin? Swear that I never let you back in. Falling together, think that by now I know. Cause here we go, go again. CherishingFlo fam, welcome back to my channel. We're all about love, positivity, being a girl boss, and everything in that vicinity. In today's video, I'm doing a story time. I'm trying to do the story time as quickly as I can because I actually have to get to work. Normally, this story time is literally about me being involved in drama that wasn't my own and being disrespected by somebody that I thought I was cool with. And literally, this just happened last night. Most of my story times, in fact, every story time that I've ever told has been minimum 2-3 years ago, like minimum, because most of them were forever ago. So that's why I don't have a problem bringing them to you guys, telling the story, because they're not recent and it's just old stuff that happened when I was young and dumb and childish. I don't have any drama in my life whatsoever. None. I don't have any problems with anybody now, like at all. I don't beef with people. Like I've said recently that, you know, I've gotten into it with other small YouTubers, but y'all haven't heard about that. Y'all haven't seen story times about that. And I wouldn't bring that now because I don't want any drama. And I'm not trying to have videos going back and forth. Like I know that gets a lot of clickbait and people are interested in that, but that's just not who I don't want none of that. That's not what this channel is about. But this particular situation happened recently and I felt like I'm gonna go ahead and share this story with you guys. This situation happened last night. I'm sharing it now because it's fresh on my mind. It probably won't come out until like a couple weeks from now because I already have another story time recorded. So I'm not mad about it anymore, but last night I was mad. Like last night I was heated. I couldn't even go to sleep. I was pissed off. So today I'm running on less sleep and that kind of makes me mad a little bit. And I've also broken my nail. Y'all see this? Yeah. If you're new to this channel, then go ahead and subscribe and turn the notification bell so you don't miss any future Sunday story times. If you're not new to this channel, then welcome back. Thank you for being here. Thank you for loving me as much as I love you. And yeah, let's get into the video. So basically this happened literally like last night. Like that's why it's so fresh. I'm trying to like intentionally slow down my talking because that's how like frustrated that situation got me. Plus, I'm like really cold and it's outside and my teeth are chattering and I gotta go to work soon. So I gotta kind of like hurry up because I also have to stop and get myself some free chicken nuggets because Chick-fil-A giving away nuggets and I want some nuggets. Last night, I was about to go to sleep. It was like 10 o'clock and I get a phone call from one of my old friends that I knew when I lived up north for a little while, and he called me, and this is somebody who always calls me when he's having an issue with his relationship, somebody who he's been dating since we were in high school together when I lived up north. So when he called me last night, I said hello. He's talking to me about how, oh, like he needs to get her back, he's upset, he's crying, and I'm listening. I'm like, yeah, okay, so what happened? So basically he thought that I'm gonna call him, what's his name gonna be? We're gonna call him Timothy. No, we're not going to call him Timothy. We're going to call him Craig. Craig thought that his girlfriend will call her Felicia. And Craig thought that Felicia cheated on him. Now, mind you, Craig has done a whole lot of stuff to her over the years. Like, she ain't done nothing for the most part, other than, like, you know, normal stuff, but nothing, like, breakup worthy over the past few years. He's, like, at first they were about to break up because he took too long to propose, which actually, you know, if you're not ready, you're not ready. Then he proposed, but then he breaks off the engagement right before they're about to get married. And then he lied to her multiple times. He did a whole bunch of petty childish stuff throughout their relationship that was ridiculous. And she took him back. Finally, they're engaged again. And then he says that he thought that she was cheating on him because she was hiding her phone and she was lying about going to class and all this other stuff. So I'm like, oh, that's messed up. Like, I wasn't expecting that from Felicia, but you know, I ain't that close with her, so then he was like, basically, you know, when she did that, at first, you know, he waited a couple weeks to see if her behavior would change, but when it didn't, he like, okay, so she's cheating, and so then he decided to take it upon himself to cheat on her back, and so he brought a female back to their house, and of course, she found out about it. And she went off and she's mad. She broke up with him, blah, 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 blah. So he's like, yeah, da, 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 da. I don't know what to do. I mean, she cheated on me first, so why should I have to apologize? Blah, 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 blah. And I said, well, have you talked to her? He was like, no, not yet. I haven't even tried to reach out. And I was like, okay, well, you should try to reach out. And y'all need to either come to the conclusion that you're going to try to work it out, go to counseling, whatever and whatever, or you're going to, or you should just break up because it sounds kind of toxic. Like she's cheating on you and then you're cheating on her in response instead of confronting her, talking to her about it and all this other stuff. I said, so if you guys are just cheating on each other and having an unfaithful relationship, and both of y'all acting mad about each other being unfaithful when you yourself is unfaithful, like, that's just toxic and it don't make no sense. And so then he was like, oh, okay, cool. Like, we talked a little bit further, like, went into more detail about, like, the argument that they had before she left and everything like that. And then we get off the phone. So I'm about to go to sleep. Like, literally, I'm, like, drifting off, listening to Gumball, all of that stuff, about to be asleep. Phone rings again. This time when I answer, it's her. It's Felicia. She's like, and this is how the conversation starts. This was just last night, so I remember it very well because I played it over in my head over and over again because I was like, I'm trying to figure out, like, where because she had me bent. So she's like, hey, I just got finished talking to Craig and blah, 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 blah. I said, okay. And so she's like, well, first, before I even get into what I'm about to say, let me just clarify some things for you. And so I was like, first of all, why would you need to clarify anything for me? This is between y'all. I don't really care. I'm just here for the advice because I am that girl who everybody comes to for advice. And I don't have a problem with that. Like, I have no issue. I will always answer the phone or reply to people's DMs or messages when they need advice about something. That's just who I am. So I was like, okay. So then she's like, I didn't cheat on him. His birthday is February 16th. So she was like, I was planning a surprise trip for him and I was trying to plan it in advance before he could plan something for Valentine's Day because his birthday is the same weekend as Valentine's Day. So she was trying to do it. All of his friends knew about it, and that's where she was. She was talking to his friends because she was planning a trip for him and all of his closest friends to go someplace the weekend of his birthday. And she didn't want him to know. So that's what all the secret stuff was about. So I'm like, oh, okay, cool. And she was like, yeah, and I have it to back up because everybody's been knowing about the trip. Like, when I wasn't with him and I was lying about where I was, his friends know I was with them. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, okay. So I'm like, all right, cool. So did you tell him that? Like, are you guys going to work it out? And then she's like, now to talk about my issue with you. And I was like, okay. So I'm sitting on the phone quiet because, first of all, I'm 24 years old. Let's start there. I'm 24 years old. If somebody has a problem with me, I'm going to just shut up and let them tell me their problem. And that's it. I'm not going to argue with them. I'm not going to have an attitude. I'm not going to be like, oh, you don't like me. I don't give a fuck. Like, that's not who I am. I'm too grown for that. That's childish. I'm not about to do all that. If you have an issue with me, I will listen to your issue. So then she's like, you're out here calling me toxic and telling him that, he should break up with me because I'm toxic. And in actuality, your relationship is toxic and your boyfriend cheats on you and you be cheating on him. And so maybe you should check your own relationship before you worry about ours and blah, blah, blah. And so I'm sitting on the phone like, what? Like, now, mind you, when she said all of that, she was like, yeah, y'all fake, da-da-da-da-da, y'all not, she said a lot of stuff about my relationship. And so I was like, oh. And so then I didn't even acknowledge the accusations that she made about my relationship because she's stupid. So I was like, I didn't say that you were toxic. I said that if you're cheating on him and he's cheating on you, that's toxic. But if you're not even cheating on him, it's still toxic that's how he responded. But I also said you should either break up, decide together is also what I said, or you should go to counseling. And then she goes off and was talking about how I'm a wannabe influencer and, I'm phony and I'm fake. And she was like, and I'm the type of person, she was like, I'm sitting here talking about them, but I'm the type of person who brings all of my drama to social media and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, when was the last time you guys saw anything recent drama of mine on social media at all? Because I do Sunday story times about old stuff that happened in the past, but I ain't never gotten on social media talking about nothing. So I'm like, what is she even talking about right now? Not to mention, first of all, I didn't even know we were friends on any of social media. I don't follow her on anything. I didn't know we were friends on Facebook. So I'm just like, where are you getting your information from? This is where my irritation formed. We're not that close. And when I say we're not that close, I mean like we're hardly friends at all, to the point where they call me to talk about their relationship and everything, but I've never so much as mentioned anything about my life to them. They shouldn't even know who I'm in a relationship with. They shouldn't know anything about him because they've never met him. They've never spoken to him. I know he's not friends with them on social media, and I have never talked to them about him. I really don't talk to people about my relationship or who I'm dating or anything that's going on in my romantic life. People who know. People who don't. Like, that's it. Like, I don't do that. Like, if you ask me, I'll tell you. But, like, if you don't ask me, then I'm not going to tell you, or I'm not going to talk about it unless it just comes up in conversation. But I was like, when they talk to me, we never talk about me. So I'm like, any information that they could have gotten about me or my relationship comes from social media, which stems the problem. One, if you look at my social media and you don't know anything about me, you will assume that I've been cheated on and keep taking the same guy back, or I've been cheating on him, or something stupid like we're going through issues, or I bring my drama to social media. But if you know me, or if you actually pay attention to my content and the things that I say on social media, on YouTube and my blog, is that you can't take anything that I tweet or post on Facebook seriously, because I just be talking out the side of my neck. I just be saying stuff. I could be talking about how all men cheat and lie, and my boyfriend who I'm dating is sitting right next to me laughing at me while I'm tweeting it, because I'm being stupid. Like I'm saying something out of just pure entertainment purposes. Like, I don't say anything in all seriousness that's going on in my life on Instagram or on Twitter or on Facebook. So in my mind, I'm just like, I share a lot, but I never talk about if me and my boyfriend are into it, or we're arguing, if we're broken up, any of that. I'm not coming to social media about it. I never have. Ever. Not ever. Not ever. Half the time when people are asking me, oh, what'd he do? He didn't do anything, and I was just posting that just to be saying something. Like, I just be talking. There are times I'm talking about fighting, and I'm not even arguing with nobody, because I don't beef with anybody. I don't have drama. I don't do drama, which is why this was so upsetting. On top of that, I was about to be asleep, and this whole calling me, talking about some... Now, mind you, this is all what's going on in my head. None of this is what I said to her. All of this, basically, all I said to her was that I didn't say that you were toxic. And then she goes, you're a wannabe influencer. And that's when I actually got mad, because at first I wasn't really mad as much as I was just amused, because I was like, clearly she got this from social media, which means that she social media stalks me, because I don't follow her on anything. And clearly they've been keeping up with me, even though I don't tell them any of my business. And she's like, everybody knows that you want to be famous, or you want to be this. And I'm like, everybody who knows me knows that is not the case. I do this to inspire people, to help people. But do I care about being social media famous? Hell no. Like, I don't care about none of that. That is not in my... I don't even like being the center of attention. Like, anybody who knows me knows that I don't even like that. Like, I am terrified of the thought of when, like, I blow up on YouTube, or when I blow up on my blog and people recognize me in the street, because I have social anxiety. Like, I am terrified of getting to that point in my life. Petrified. So that's not even the goal. And on top of that, even if that was the goal, what is that a concern to you? Like, why are you worrying about that? So I'm just like, so I'm on the phone, and she's like yelling at me, calling me all sorts of B words and hoes and everything but a child of God. And I'm on the phone like quiet, because in my mind I'm like, she's not worth me getting into it with. She's not worth me, because she's talking about how she's gonna beat me up and all this other stuff. Ain't nobody finna beat me up. But I was like, now, I'm not no punk. Don't get it twisted. But if we're on the phone and you're like talking all crazy, and call my nigga. Like, I don't have to talk to you. Like, it wasn't like she was in my face and I had to either like put her in her place or walk away or whatever. It was more like, I can just hang up this phone. I don't have to listen to you. I don't have to listen to this foolishness. I listened to it for a while, trying to hear her out, trying to hear some sense, but she was just trying to piss me off. Like, she was just insulting me, insulting my career, insulting what I do, insulting everything. So I was just like, okay, well, you know what? I'm getting off this phone. So then I text Ira, and I'm like, yo, I'm pissed off. This girl just said all this. Because this is when I was like, okay, now I'm on the phone with her. I'm not talking to her. I'm not acknowledging her. I can talk about what's on my mind about this, because I was mad. I was mad only because, okay, mind you, I've known this girl for 7 years. We've never gotten into it. We've never gotten into an argument. We was cool as far as I knew. Like, we've never had issues. She's never so much as copped the attitude with me. So in this situation, I'm just like, which is partially why I was so quiet, because the whole time I'm just like, what is going on? Like, what is happening? Like, why are you? We ain't never had an issue, ever. And me and Craig have had many issues, because most of the time when they get into it, I don't take his side. I tell him the truth, like, that was messed up. You shouldn't have did that. You need to apologize. And he would take that personally and get mad because he introduced me to her, and he'll feel like I'm taking sides, and he'd be like, yo, you supposed to be my friend, blah, 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 blah. I was like, I'm your friend, but if you're wrong, you're wrong. And I have to be honest with you about that. I didn't say you was a trash person. I said you was wrong, because you was. Like, but her, I've never gotten into it with. And I was just like, you really just came at me. You didn't even ask me what happened or ask me what I said. I don't know what Craig said to you, but like, I didn't say that you were toxic. So I'm trying to explain to her that. But when she's kept getting into talking about me being a fake influencer, me being a fake person, and me pretending like, she's like, oh, you pretend like you're positive and da-da-da. I was like, I am positive. Anything that I tell a story time about drama that's happened in my life is old drama. 90% of what I tell you guys about happened when I was still a teenager, 18 and underneath. 19 and underneath. Like, most of the stuff happened when I was really young and dumb, and I didn't have the same mindset then that I do now. I wasn't about positivity at that time. I'm not finna sit here and lie. I was not about positivity or any of that. I was with the drama. I was with the shits. Like, I was with it for real. But that's not who I am now. And I'm not about to start being that person just because you decide you want to act all crazy. Now, mind you, my initial reaction was, oh, I'm gonna have to stomp this little girl out. I'm gonna have to break her neck. That was my initial reaction. On the inside, that was my reaction. But on the outside, I was like, she's not worth it, and you're not about to give her that benefit. You're not about to give her that energy. You're not about to give her that reaction that she's looking for, that she's trying to get out of you because she's mad about her life not going the way that it's supposed to go. That ain't got nothing to do with me. I have things going on for myself, and in the words of Life with Jerry, shout out to her because I literally just saw one of her story times talking about something similar to this. I have too much to lose. I have things going on for me. I have a business. I have clients. I have people who watch me. I have people who I inspire. I'm about to mess that up arguing with you? No. Then come to find out, which I just found out this morning from Craig, that she was recording the conversation because she was going to try to expose me. First of all, who am I? Who are you exposing me to? My few little followers? Like, who? First of all, that's first. That's first and foremost. And that's why she didn't expose me, because she had nothing to expose me on. I didn't go off on her. I didn't cuss her out. I didn't say anything. I just said, all I said, I acknowledged only the accusation that I called her toxic. Because nothing else, I don't have to explain anything. Like I said many times, I will never explain what's going on in my personal life to anybody. If me and my boyfriend break up and get right back together, I don't have to explain that to anybody. I'm not going to talk about it. It's not going to be social media news. If I'm arguing with somebody if I'm arguing with my nigga about something, or if I'm arguing with my mother about something, I'm not bringing that to social media. That's nobody's business. If I have a business deal, things like this, certain things I keep private. And I share a lot because I'm a public figure, but I don't share everything. And so in my mind, I'm just like, if you're basing my whole life on the couple seconds or couple minutes or maybe 20 minutes on YouTube of what I share with the world, that is 100% your issue, but you came up with those conclusions all on your own. I didn't say that. I never said any of that. So the fact that she was like, oh, I'm cheating on my boyfriend, not never. My boyfriend's cheating on me, not never. None of these things have ever taken place, ever in life. I'm not the type of female that some dude is going to be dumb enough to be out here cheating on. I'm not, like, none of that. And I've never been in a situation, first of all, nobody has come at me like this, which is why I'm talking like I'm really angry, but I'm really not. It's more like I'm baffled because nobody has come at me like this in years. Like, years, literally. Nobody has come to me like this since I was like 19. I'm sitting here thinking, and even then people didn't come at me. They talked about me behind my back, but nobody comes at me with anything. So I'm sitting there in amazement, and I'm just like, what are you doing? Like, what are you doing? Like, confused, because I'm 24 years old going on 25 years old. Who am I about to try to fight? Who am I about to try to get into it with? Who am I about to be beefing with on social media? Now, I feel like even though I blocked them, I feel like I'm in danger of this starting up more drama and issues by posting this video. Because clearly they watch me, so I'm pretty sure they'll watch this video. And this is the only time I'm going to talk about it. So if she come out with her own YouTube channel talking crap, or she start talking about me on social media, I doubt anybody will notice, because she, like, not to be mean, but she has like maybe 50 followers on Instagram, maybe, and nobody knows her. She's not an influencer or social media person at all, and I don't know if she's trying to be one or whatever. She called me a clout chaser also, which doesn't make any sense, because everybody you guys see on my channel, the only person that you guys see on my channel that's even a YouTuber for the most part is Eccentric Rebel. Everybody else don't even do the stuff that I do. Like, my friends come from all walks of life. I have friends that are nurses and social workers and in college. Like, I don't have friends that do what I do for the most part, at least not ones that I put on camera. Like, the friends that I have that do what I do, I don't put on camera because I'm not a clout chaser, and I wouldn't put them on camera until we're cool like that, until we're close like that, until I feel like I trust them enough and we're cool enough, unless we're doing a collab, or I trust them enough and we're cool enough for me to just want them in my video just because. That's the only way I would do that, because I do have YouTubers that are my friends. I have bloggers that are my friends, but I don't just be putting them on camera. and shouting them out and jumping in their videos and doing. I ain't never done none of that. I don't talk about stuff trying to get like you. It's just when she called me a clout chaser, I was like, do you know what a clout chaser is? Because what you saying don't make no sense. Like, everything she said really didn't make any sense. But in my mind, it was like, you're coming from my career and you're coming from my character and you're coming from my relationship. Like, these are all things that are extremely important to me. And I'm just like, and we're supposed to be friends. So clearly this is like animosity and things obviously that you were thinking and discussing amongst yourselves about before this little tiff happened. Before you must have thought this or discussed this amongst yourselves before this, because she had all these words ready. Like, she was prepared to say all of this. And I'm like, you couldn't have just dug all that up in the past 30 minutes. So clearly this was something that you was thinking about way beforehand. And so I was like, I hung up the phone when I told Ira about it. He was just like, block him. So I did. I blocked him. I was like, fuck, like, screw that. Like, y'all are blocked. I'm done with the situation. Don't call me no more about your problems. I don't know who they gonna talk to when they get into an argument of beef and somebody who gonna be the mediator, but it ain't gonna be me. I know that. It ain't gonna be Ricky. I know that, because I'm done with that situation. And I feel insulted because nobody comes at me like that. Nobody disrespects me. People don't talk to me like that. I don't deal with stuff like that. I'm a grown woman and I spend my time with other grown women. We not out here beefing with each other. Who the freak is beefing in their 20s, mid-20s at that? She's 26, mind you. I'm 24. She's 26. So I'm like, you're like, you know, on the other side of your 20s and you're beefing with somebody. I know that we're young, but we're still grown. So we can act grown. I'm not about to be out here behaving, getting all ratchet and ghetto with nobody at 24 years old. I'm not about to do that. Now, if you want to hit me, do so at your own risk. But other than that, yeah. So that just happened last night. I seem angry. It's because it's still fresh. So that's the only reason, because I'm really not mad. I promise y'all I'm not mad. It's just a matter of what are you doing type stuff. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that just happened. And thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you're new to this channel, then go ahead and subscribe and turn your notification bell so you don't miss any future Girl Boss videos. Like I said, I will not be talking about the situation again. I don't care what her retaliation is. I told y'all many times before, I'm not about to be arguing with nobody. I'm too grown for that. I got too much going on. I have too much other stuff on my plate. I just figured, you know, this situation was kind of crazy. I can share this. This will make for a good video. Now, other situations that's happened to me has made for good videos, but other situations have been with other small YouTubers and people who make videos, and I'm just not about to go through all of that. I'm just not about to. And plus, me and her don't have no mutual friends. She would have to either contact me directly with drama, and that's it, and I'm not dealing with that. So I'm not bringing this up again. Y'all will never hear me talk about it again. This is not to start drama, so if she decides that she's gonna take this and go left with it, that's her business. I'm not going to acknowledge her, period, from this point forward. If you made it to this point in the video, then go ahead and leave the peace sign emoji. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Follow me on Instagram at CherishingFlo_. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video.